Hi everyone, and I am very happy to introduce you all Dr. Anirudh, who has secured rank 2 in the INICET this year. Dr. Anirudh, a big congratulations to you. I very much hope that you must be in the top of your world right now.
Yes, sir. I'm really happy regarding the result. So initially, I was not able to believe the result, so I had checked it for around 10 to 15 times.
That's a very, a straightforward statement, and it tells how important the rank also is for you. So, Anirudh, tell me about yourself. From which college you are, from where did you take your MBBS, and from where actually are you are from?
So I'm actually from Andhra Pradesh, and I have done my MBBS from All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi. And I finished my internship 4 months ago. So after that, I came back
Okay.
home and started preparing.
Arey, wow. So you are a fresher, would you say, a first attempter post the internship. That's great and great to know. I think this will motivate a lot of our students who actually been watching this video because they need to know, Anirudh, that how you start preparing for such a good exam like INICET. And as I'll tell you, my viewers here, that Anirudh also applied for the NEET PG this year. And Dr. Anirudh, what rank did you score that this time?
Sir, I got rank 433, sir.
So two things to be understood here to all of our listeners and viewers here. A rank of 433 in the NEET PG just in internship and a rank of 2 in INICET. So let's talk about Dr. Andrew's journey as to how it has been. What are his experiences throughout this time? But also please start from the time that you actually thought of preparing for the PG exams.
Sir, actually, I gave the November INICET. After that, I started preparing for the May INICET. My plan initially was to prepare for May INICET only. So I didn't prepare much for November INICET, sir. So after that, I started preparing for May INICET.
So my question actually Anit, was at which year of your prof exam or prof career you started kind of thinking of PGM?
Sir, after my second year, like at the start of my sixth semester, I have taken subscription of eGurukul, sir. So that was the first time when I thought of pursuing PGME exam.
So Anit, is the prof exams different from PGME? What is your perception now?
So I think they are different because uh, prof exam is definitely question based and there are no leading questions, there are no options. But definitely PGME exam is MCQ based. So definitely they are
And
different. And
about the preparation
sorry, sir.
strategies? About the preparation
Preparation.
strategies.
Okay. Regarding the preparation strategy, sir, I wanted to finish 3 revisions before the exam. So. Although I was not able to complete 3 revisions before the exam, for certain subjects I was able to do that, like first, second year subjects and certain important third year subjects like ops gaining, which had great amount of weightage, like around 100 to 1 questions, 110 questions were coming from those those subjects. So I thought I should put more emphasis on those. So for
Okay.
those things, I was able to do 3 revisions, sir.
So Anirudh, please talk me through your internship journey because I think that you could be putting a lot of efforts in internship, which actually got you such a good rank. So how did you prepare during internship? Because you have to go for duties also, you have to prepare, you have to do GTs also. And how was your preparation journey in internship, especially?
During internship, I was not able to prepare much because of the duties and all. So at most, I was able to read only for 2 to 3 hours. Uh, and I just gave a GT before the November INSET just to know where I'm going to fall. So other than that, I didn't prepare much during my internship. But after that, I went after the November INICET. I had 6 months to prepare for the May exam. So then I started seriously preparing. I used to give around 7 to 8 hours per day. I used to try, but because of the duties and all, it wouldn't have been it wasn't possible. So I tried to make most of the time during those 3 months. But after that, as soon as I came back home, I got a lot of time to study.
So another about these 6 months post the INICET, that's the November INICET, that you're actually studying in home. You are putting around 7 to 8 hours on a daily basis, right? And you told
Yes, sir.
us. What was your strategy that time? Would you watch the entire video? Would you watch the revision videos? How would you prepare at that time of it? That time?
Uh, Sir, what I did was, INICET has a knack of asking they have a list of frequently asked topics. So, certain sources like LMRP, which had a concise revision of the most important topics which are habitually being repeated in the exams. So, I used to watch videos of those, make notes of those, or have the PDFs of those. So, then I used to write among those, and I used to revise those. And if any important points are there in the main notes, I used to write them in the short notes.
Okay, wonderful. And about the grand test, how many grand tests did you give? Hello?
Sir, I used to give a grand test every 10 to 15 days. So around, I gave around 7 to 8 grand tests in total.
Now, as you told us that you appeared for the INICT exam, November INICT grand test once. And what
Yes,
was
sir.
your percentage of rank at that time?
So before November INSET, I appeared for a grand test, and my rank was around 7,000 that time.
So post that and this INICT before this also might have written a grand test. So what was the jump there?
Just before the exam, in the INA mock, I got around 80, and in some other grand tests, I got 27 that. So I was about top 100, but I never expected a rank of two.
So why was I asking this question? Not to actually ask for rank, but I was trying to ask you that what was your way of giving a grand test? Would you appear for a grand test in the same amount of time, 3.5 hours or 3 hours? And how did you review the grand test? What was your strategy of giving a grand test, especially?
So one advantage of giving grand test was, it used to cover the high yield topics. It used to emphasize the high yield topics. So rather than being scared of giving the grand test, I used to take it as a learning challenge rather than focusing too much on the rank and getting depressed or getting overconfident. I used to focus on my mistakes. I used to focus on my weak subjects. Suppose after giving grand test, I got to know that certain subjects were weak for me. So I tried to focus more on them, and till the end, I became strong in those subjects. So giving grand test helped me in that way, and I used to allot around 6 to 7 hours for reviewing the grand test. Even though I got the question correct, I used to study that MCQ again, because that is going to revise my fundamentals of basics, even though I got the question correct. So I used to
So
read the question again.
those topics which actually was going wrong or right in the grand test, were you revising this from your main notes or you were reading the explanation of the grand test? What were you doing there?
So certain questions which I felt that the explanation for the notes, explanation from the question was enough, I wouldn't touch the main notes for those, sir. Certain questions I felt that I should read the main notes again. I did them again, sir.
Okay. Now, Anand, you told us that INICT, has a special knack of asking few questions. So, how did you get to know those questions being asked? Did you go through the previous year questions before that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I did the previous year's questions before.
So, I think students, anyone who's watching this video, we have got a few very important information that if you're actually preparing for the INCT, you should focus on the frequently asked topics. And the best way to get those topics is to solve some of the previous year questions yourself. You make a list of those as to what topics do you feel are important, and then prepare according to that from your main notes also regularly, as Anil is saying, he actually gave a grand test. And he told us very so beautifully that how important a grand test is. And not to take a grand test as a negative feeling, take it as a challenge, a learning challenge, because that will help you to grow your marks. And at the later part of the time, at your when after a lot of grand tests, the fear that you're actually having of after a grand test or main exam that reduces. Anirudh was telling me that he took the May and SC just like another grand test, and that is what probably gave him such a good rank because taking it lightly is one of the very good way to look into it, right, Anirudh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One thing is, not. I felt that I shouldn't panic in the exam, because I might make simple mistakes because of the panic.
True, that's very correct. So another talk about the image decisions and what did you do about? How did you look at the images?
Sir, uh, as I came to close towards the exam, I felt that I should revise image based questions, because in an exam like INICET, image based questions have a high weightage. So for that I did vibe. So that has been helpful for me. So
Great, great. So
and
I think you have talked about, everything. We talked about grant tests, you talked about preparation strategies, how did you revise the topics, and you also talked about the image decisions. Now, anyone who is in internship and wants to prepare for the upcoming NEET exam or the INICET exam, what advice would you give him or her to prepare for it?
uh, I think with a hectic internship, they should start a little bit early, and a lot time towards the preparation for at least 2 to 3 hours per day, and try to solve more MCQs and do PYQs.
Okay, that's
Put
very
more
important.
emphasis. If there is a time
And a lot
crunch,
of
I think you should
I've
do high
asked.
yield.
Right. So, Anand, a lot
Sorry.
of time I've asked this question that such PYQs, we keep on looking at the same PYQs again and again. So, what new to look into the PYQs? Would you like to advise that to our students? No, what should you look into the PYQs?
The topic and what they are asking regarding the topic, uh,
Right.
and read the topic, revise the topic multiple times.
That's important. That's important. So, it's not about PYQs only. Again, it all becomes about the PYQ topics, not the PYQs. So, PYQ topics should be read again and again to make them very strong. And because any exams, that be NICT or the NEET PG also, and who knows, the next year will be next exam, they all will be focusing most on the previous year topics actually. So I think any student who is watching this video should understand the importance of the previous topics and start to strengthen his preparation by preparing to that. Not to forget how important the Vibe session is. So at the last, just putting a few hours into Vibe will revise everything for you also. A final few statements to our students, therefore, Anu.
Uh, Try to give more grant tests, and believe in yourself. That is what I want to emphasize, because don't get disheartened by the grant test rank or because of the discussions and all. So uh, believe in yourself. That is going to fetch you more results.
That's true, very true. Believing in yourself is one of the most important things that one should do because PGME is not only about, how much you are studying. It's all about mental strength. How did you understand that topic and putting that topic knowledge into the questions? And that comes into a self-belief that yes, you can do it. A lot of students, even though they're prepared well, but they become so much overwhelmed by the exams that it doesn't strike in the main exams. They do some lot of silly mistakes. And I think a few things to reduce the silly mistakes, as Katanjali is telling us again and again, do give the grant test very regularly. I think that is one of the take home messages from this very beautiful interview that we had. Thanks, Katanjali, for giving your valuable time. I wish you all the best. And I'm very sure you will be doing much, much better in the upcoming years coming in.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, dear. Goodbye. Stop recording.